How many trains that can fill at Worcester Foregate Street Railway Station? Honestly, this station does not need an introduction where I'm at. So the question today is how many trains that can fill at Worcester Foregate Street Railway Station? Because sometimes they're a bit sceptical, you can get like so many an hour, but today's plan is to try and get 10 trains an hour while at this station. Unfortunately, West Midlands Railway have all over this blog, because on the 26th of October 2020 they announced beforehand, about a week beforehand, that all services that were terminated at Worcester Foregate Street are now terminated at Worcester Shrub Hill. So unfortunately the 10 trains in this hour that I was filming at you cannot do now, I'm afraid. But we'll still enjoy this blog, see how well I've done anyway. Hello there, Sim0nTrains here, or some people like call me Sim0nTrains. As I mentioned about Worcester Foregate Street. Now today we are visiting two railway stations, and the first one that I'm visiting today is, as I mentioned, Worcester Foregate Street. And the last station we're visiting today is Great Malvern. Now when you see this station you're going to believe, oh my god, how beautiful is this railway station. So they're the two railway stations we're looking at today. I'm going to roll my intro to my video now. I'll meet you at Rugeley Railway Station to start our journey to these two railway stations. Hello, my name is Simon and I'm a rail enthusiast for the town of Rugeley in Staffordshire. And I also use the railway to travel around the country. These are my journeys across the United Kingdom by the Iron Rails, which sometimes can go successful or end up in a disaster. The blog now approaching this YouTube channel is the next Sim0nTrains Railway Journey, and I welcome you to this service. So please sit back and enjoy the adventure. So this morning's journey starts at Rugeley Railway Station. We're going to jump on a train, the 0851 to Birmingham New Street. They're going to be changing at Birmingham New Street to get to the first location. Now what shocked me this morning is, and I think it's just making out there down the bottom, is West Midlands Railway staff are at this station checking tickets. Which is probably the first time in a while I've ever seen that done. So I'm not going to talk for long because I don't want them coming up to asking what I'm doing and all that. So the 0851 to Birmingham New Street should be arriving now to take me to Birmingham New Street. Just now passing Five Ways Railway Station. Now I'm on the 0950 West Midlands Railway Service to Hereford. Just in case you're wondering why I'm not wearing a face covering, because I do have a face exemption badge, which is just there. Now, the idea is to go to Worcester Foregate Street. Now, I found a nice sweet spot. Now, what a sweet spot is that I found 10 trains an hour that I could film in that hour that I'm at Worcester Foregate Street. So, this is why I'm going to Worcester Foregate Street first. After that, I'll be moving on to Great Malvern, but that's a bit later in the blog. So, I think it's about time to sit back, enjoy the journey down to Worcester Foregate Street on 17505. So this is my first location visited at today, Worcester Foregate Street. Now this station is unusual, which is I do like indeed, because it's 2 single tracks through here. It's not a dual track main line, this is 2 branch lines merged together, which I'll explain the station history in a bit. This is why this is one of my favourite stations indeed. We're here to film 10 multiple units moving through this station between 10:32 and 11:32. So I'm going to do the station history of Worcester Foregate Street, but before I do that, I'm going to show you all the movements in photos of what we're catching through this station today. Now this is the station history of Worcester Foregate Street Station. It opened on the 17th of May 1860, which was part of the Worcester and Hereford Railway, which ended up being incorporated into the West Midlands Railway. Now this ain't today's train operating company that serves this station, this was a pre-grouping company. There was a freight line also built here called Butt Spur Line, which was constructed in 1860, a freight line to Diglis. But the line closed and the tracks were removed in 1957. Since 1973, the station had an unusual layout with 2 single tracks side by side of this station. The 2 signal lines run from Hendwick on the other side of the River Severn through Foregate Street Station to the site of the former Rainbow Hill Junction east of the station. Rainbow Hill Junction was removed in 1973. So platform 1 is used for trains between Worcester Shrub Hill to Hendwick, while platform 2 is used for trains between Dunwich Spa to Hendwick.
distancing by standing back and allowing passengers to alight the train before you attempt to board your service. Thank you.
Again, I'll just state the obvious that I'm not wearing a face covering because I've got an reception badge. But we're now on 17506, so this will take us to Great Malvern, which is our next location. This train goes on to Hereford, but I'm getting off at Great Malvern, doing some film at Great Malvern, then turn around to head back to Worcester Foregate Street, which I'll explain later on in the blog. So we're just about to leave shortly, and then hopefully enjoy the ride to Great Malvern. Honestly, this station does not need an introduction where I'm at. This is Great Malvern Railway Station. Looking that way towards Malvern Link and to Worcester Foregate Street, if I turn the camera around this way, this goes on to Hereford. Now after Great Malvern, the line actually single track towards Hereford with a passing loop at Ledbury. But this station, every time I come here, it's always wonderful to see. This is what it looks like when it was built, and nothing's major's been changed. I think there's like a thing that was on top of that station building that's come off, but that's about it. It's exactly how it was when it was built in 1862, nearly. Apart from the station size have been changed and all that, but this station is always magnificent to look at when you're here. So I'm going to do the station history of Great Malvern Railway Station. We're going to talk about the trains that we're also going to get here as well, and then carry on doing some more filming. So this is the station's history of Great Malvern Station. It serves the town of Malvern. The station opened by the Worcester and Hereford Railway in 1860, but the station buildings were built by Edmund Wallace Elmsley and was completed in 1862 out of local Malvern ragstone, which followed a Frank Gothic theme. Now there was a woman here called Lady Emily Foley and was a major landowner and benefactor and was a key sponsor for the building of the Great Malvern Station, and she even had her own waiting room made for her, which is now Lady Foley's tea room. Now come to this side of the Great Malvern Railway Station to talk about this door which is now boarded up, because this used to take you somewhere. So passengers alighted off the railway station used to go through this tunnel and it took you somewhere. This is known as the worm. Right there is a bit of the worm showing from that undergrowth. Now that worm used to take you to this building here. This used to be the Imperial Hotel, but it's now Malvern St James, a school for girls. Also at Great Malvern Railway Station, which I'll just zoom in now. Ooh, that's a bit too far. There we go. You can see Malvern Link Railway Station from here. And that's our next train to arrive at this station. That actually started at Romsey instead of Southampton Central this morning. So the time is nearly up at Great Malvern Railway Station, and I wish I could be here all day to be honest, but unfortunately I'm going back to Worcester Foregate Street. There is another railway station which I mentioned in the blog called Malvern Link. Now I'm not going to do Malvern Link because, to be honest, when I catch this next train to Malvern Link there's actually only going to be 5 trains at Malvern Link. So I thought, well, it's not pointless because all you get is your Birmingham Hereford, Hereford Birmingham, then your Paddington Hereford, Hereford to Paddington, and then your Hereford to Birmingham. That's all you get there. So I'm going back to Worcester Foregate Street because I actually do have a plan up my sleeve. Now I did say I was visiting 2 railway stations, and that's exactly what I've done, but there is a third location that I'm visiting today. So we're going to that third location, but I've got to go back to Worcester Foregate Street to get to this third location, because it's a 15-minute walk roughly, 15-20 minute walk from Worcester Foregate Street Station. back at Worcester Foregate Street now. Now I'm going to leave the station and take a 15-minute walk to the location that I'm going to be filming at for the third location. And it's not a railway station, but it used to be. Anyway, I'm going to leave now and head to this disused railway station. Currently on Hendwick Road. Now that gives you a bit of a clue where I'm actually going to, because just up ahead is a level crossing, which is just there. Now where that level crossing is, there's a signal box called Hendwick Signal Box, and that's where the site of the disused station for Hendwick was. And I came here last year in about November time, I think, October, November time, and I thought one day I'm going to come here to film some trains here. And that's exactly what we're doing today. So the last location that I'll be filming trains at today is Hendwick Station, the disused station. We now look at the site of Hendwick Station. Hendwick Station opened on the 25th of July 1859 by the Worcester and Hereford Railway, but the station closed on the 3rd of April 1965. Hendwick Station had two platforms, and they're just where the points are that meet up to where the signal box is. It's just in that view that you see now. This is Ingalls Drive. Now I'm actually filming this on my phone because my camcorder is actually up there, mounted on its gorilla pod in position for the filming of trains at Hendwick. Unfortunately I've got to stand on this, and it's not the best idea to stand on, but you'll have to do. And then I can overlook the railway line like this while I'm getting my photos. Hendwick Station is just there. So we are filming trains at Hendwick. It is a nice location actually. This is also the starting point when the two lines actually start branching out into two single lines when they go through Worcester Foregate Street. But as I mentioned, I did tease this area throughout the video. Now I have been here before actually, but I only went as far as the signal box, but where the signal box is, it's actually not so nice shots there, so I found another spot down here which you can get some brilliant shots, and believe me, this is a good location. We've got one more train to film here before I head back to Worcester Foregate Street to catch my train to Birmingham New Street. But I'll be honest though, this is absolutely a brilliant location. I should come here again with more trains running. Or maybe one day a charter, if there's a charter that does go down this way. I remember a while back there was actually some steam locomotives that did go to Hereford from Worcester. Can't remember what they were, but they did go through Great Malvern. But yeah, Hendwick, brilliant location. Well, honestly, that was quite relaxing indeed. But yes, Hendwick Railway Station, which is just here now, behind this fence. There's nothing left to it. The only thing that you can recognise is the signal box. But anyway, I've got to get back to Worcester Foregate Street Station now because I've got to catch the 1524 back to Birmingham New Street. Not far from Birmingham New Street now. We might be able to get the 1610 to Rugeley Trent Valley. If not, I'll be waiting in Birmingham until 1650 and catching the 1650 to Rugeley Trent Valley. At the moment, I think we just stopped outside Birmingham. So the 10 past 4 might not happen now. Again, as I mentioned, I'm wearing a face deception badge, so that's why I got a face covering. Yeah, we're held outside Birmingham. I think we're early, to be honest. See how we go. Now made it back to Rugeley Town Railway Station, and we're going to summarise today up how it went. To be honest, the 851 from here to Birmingham New Street and the 0950 from Birmingham New Street to Hereford, which got off at Worcester Foregate Street, was alright. No problems at all. Worcester Foregate Street, we did get 10 trains in the allocated hour that I was at, which we did get some good movements through there, a lot of movements. By the time I left Worcester Foregate Street, I think I was a bit exhausted because there was like so many movements through there. Usually you get like 6, 7, but 10 movements. That was the busiest probably that I filmed at Worcester Foregate Street. But it was a nice station actually to film at. Then we went over to Great Malvern, another nice station indeed. We got about 8 movements through there, but everything was alright at that station. So the stations we filmed at today, they've been no problems at all. Then I went back to Worcester Foregate Street to go to Henwick, which is the Disused railway station, but filming at Henwick was quite good actually. A lovely location I found indeed. The only thing I would say is bring a step ladder with you next time. But after Henwick, went back to Worcester Foregate Street, got a train back to Birmingham New Street, which I think we call it the 1524, yep. And then after the 1524, we got back to Birmingham. I did film some the metro trams on Stephenson Street to kill some time, because unfortunately we did get the 1650 back here. So the summarisation of the journey up was quite good, to be honest. It has been a good day, there's been no problems at all, everything went well to plan. But unfortunately though, I don't know what the next vlog's going to be, because like I said, I keep planning this a few days in advance, not like a month in advance. But unfortunately, this tier thing that Boris has introduced may be having some issues, because I have read somewhere yesterday that non-essential travel is banned in the Birmingham area, the Sandwell area, the Solihull area, the Walsall area and the Wolverhampton area. I'm not quite sure on that. So until I find out what the official guidelines are, we just don't know what the next plan is going to be, I'm afraid. I could end up going back to the walking journeys after this vlog, but you'll see on the next vlog anyway, if it's a railway journey or a walking journey. So I think it's about time to end this good day now. So this vlog has reached its final destination at Rugeley Town Railway Station and has been terminated at Rugeley Town Railway Station. Thank you for travelling with Sim0nTrains. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and hopefully see you on the next railway journey pretty soon.